Now it's time to put on those blue suede shoes and get all shook up with our next guest. We have with us in the studio the world's only Indigenous Elvis tribute artist still performing today. Please welcome Len Connolly. Len, thank you so much for joining us today.
Yeah, thank you very much. Good to be here.
Super excited to have you in the studio today. Now you are performing at the Australian Pavilion this week. It's your first trip to Dubai. How's it been so far? What have the crowds been thinking so far? Because I know you were performing there last night.
Yeah, great. Getting great response from the crowds, and I arrived here on Sunday, and I first performed yesterday, 4 shows, and yeah, it's pretty good. The crowd was very responsive, and I'm enjoying it. This is my first time overseas, so it's the maiden trip, so it's a long way to come, but anyway, I'm here and I'm enjoying Dubai. It's a beautiful country, it's beautiful. The expo is just fantastic.
Len, why Elvis?
Oh, look, I grew up listening to Elvis with Mum and Dad back in the day, and I just liked his voice, I think, just his soul, you know, the soul voice that he's got, and his charisma, and, you know, and yeah, so, and I just took it on from there, and I was singing Elvis before I even went to school, you know, so there you go.
Well, was it as an unusual choice? Because in the Indigenous community in Australia, you know, it's not something that we typically see. So I guess it's great to have something a little bit of a unique selling point. But what did people think when you first started performing there?
Oh, I don't know. You know, I think I put a band together back in 2010 and asked a few local people in my little hometown of Tumid in New South Wales, Snowy Mountains area. And we put a show together, and it sort of stemmed from there. And so I've did about 3 or 4 shows with these guys over a couple of years, and then I've just been out on my own doing, you know, backing tracks and music festivals and Parkes Elvis Festivals and things like that. So.
What's that like? I mean, I've seen the Elvis festivals over in the States, and they're huge, the number of impersonators. What's the scene like over in Australia?
The Parkes Elvis Festival is pretty big.
Yeah.
You know, it is huge. They have people from over. They have international artists come over from the States as well. So, but yeah, and it's a big gathering, and it's normally on in January, but it's been moved to April. So I've got a tight schedule there when I go back as well, performing over there. So yeah, I have to go over the jet lag, I guess.
Yeah, good luck with that. Now, you've had quite a lot of attention back home. I saw you were making headlines in all the Aussie Australian papers in your beautiful town by the Snowy Mountains as well. They're calling it the biggest moment of your career. It must be pretty exciting to be performing here at Expo.
Oh, look, it is. It's a once-in-a-lifetime chance, you know, and when it came about, I thought, well, I'm going to go, you know, and because, like I said, this is my first time overseas. I've never been anywhere. In Tasmania, I suppose, but, you know, yeah, look, and I'm loving it, you know. I've climatised okay, you know, and I'm performing well, so that's all it is.
As long as the golden voice is in, so that's all we need at the moment.
Yeah, the voice is there. I apologise, I might be a little bit croaked because I oversung probably a bit last night. I'm normally pretty looked after my vocals.
Well, I have to say, I heard some of the performance there last night. I was at the Pavilion, and the crowd was super excited, so we're also very excited to have you. You're performing 3 times a day at the Aussie Pavilion?
Yeah, 3 times a day, yeah.
Excellent.
And,
quick question, before you, can you put an argument to bed? Because it's an argument that always rages in my household at any dinner party we have. The greatest Elvis song of all time.
I get this asked all the time. There's a lot of ballads that I like doing, and but I think Suspicious Minds is probably the one that I like to do most, you know, and because it's the finale song for me at my shows. But yeah.
Well, I know we're all shook up in studio today. I'm sure we can't help but fall in love with this performance.
Very good again.
You got something very special for us today. What are you going to be performing?
I'm going to be performing a song that I have to be singing when I'm returning back home.
Excellent. Well, over to you.
Oh, thank you very much. You're a good audience, thank you. That's what Elvis would say, you know. Thank you. I'm just waiting on the cue. Return to sender, return to sender. I gave a letter to the postman. He put it in his sack. Bright and early next morning, he brought my letter back. She wrote upon it, return to sender, address unknown, no such person
no such zone. We had a quarrel, a love and respect. I'm sorry, but my letter keeps coming back. So when I dropped it in the mailbox, I sent a special deed. Bright and early next morning, it came right back to me. She wrote upon it, return sender, address unknown, no such person, no such zone. This time I'm gonna take it myself and put it right in her hand. And if it comes back the very next day, then I'll understand the writing on it. Return